Hello folks, this is SenileSarge, and today we are going to talk about Icarus and building in the game. And let me tell you, it is amazing. Just like the title that I put up, I had so much fun playing that, really in building inside of the game. So much fun that's really all we really started to do. So the community and me, we really started focusing in on that because that was a great aspect of what we were doing internal to the game. So there's a lot of aspects that I really enjoy in the game thus far. For those that got to play the beta, obviously you got a feel for that. Others that didn't get to play, that's okay. It's coming soon. The good news is let it roll for a couple more weeks in the beta, and then you're going to get an opportunity to actually play it. So you get to hunt, you get to fish. I mean, there's just so much to do. But what I really enjoyed was the building aspect. I think the building aspect was not something that I really looked at initially as something that was interesting or something that I really wanted to do. But as we started to play it more, that was actually the best part of it. If you're looking for a community to play with, hey, come join Rally Point. Come on over. You can come to the website at discord.gg/rallypoint or look in the link in the description down there. We'll pull you on in. Trust me, this is the second video on Icarus already. Plenty more to come, but we're going to be covering this, and the community absolutely loves the game. And the other thing is, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also let me know that you enjoy this content, and also be notified when I talk about this game even more. So from a building aspect, when we initially started, we kind of built a small hut, right? We weren't really sure what we wanted it to look like. Just enough room for, for us to do what we needed to do. What you learned very quickly, though, is you started to rank up in the game and started getting the, higher tiers, if you will. We started to notice that you needed more room. So you'd end up breaking a building down and then kind of starting over. That aspect really changed things. And it also changed between thatch and wood and stone and all the things that you can build with. That, I think, was the most interesting part of it. There are areas on the map and in the world that are safer areas than most. You can kind of go out and see where the animals are kind of going, where you're going to run into bears, where you're going to see wolves and some of the others. But there is areas on the map that we were on forest that actually didn't have a lot of animals coming to it. What I would say is the mean and the aggressive animals. So that was an interesting part for that. I truly believe that Outposts is going to be the best game mode for this game. I think it will be the longevity of the game into the future. And I'm interested to hear what you think. I think from a building aspect, if you look at Valheim and some of the others, part of the reason that Valheim made it as long as it did is because of that building component in the game. This game has the propensity to be just as big, especially when it comes to the building aspect. So I'm interested to kind of hear what you think about it. I personally loved it. I love the fact that you can build on land. I love the fact that you can build on water. I mean, everything's very simple in the game. You build off the side of cliffs, as I mentioned in the last video. It's really easy to do. Over the top of waterfalls, as you've seen in the developer or some of the videos the developer put out. All of these are good reasons that building is going to be a huge part of this. This also goes back to my comment in the last video that resources are important. So you're not just going out and getting fiber and wood and stone just to get it. Like, you're getting it because you need it. I mean, you need it to build the structures that you're putting into place. I think that adds a whole new dynamic. We really, once you go out, you get all the resources, you bring it back. There's never a time where you don't want to go out and get more resources. It's not as bad as what I felt Valheim was, where, there wasn't a lot of really great resources. I mean, once you cut down an area, you've got to figure out, you got to travel long distances. You've got to build carts and other things to kind of move it. At least with the characters, that you can carry a little bit more, and especially if you have multiple people. I mean, I think that's really where the power of this game is going to come out, is through the building. And that's why I still believe Outpost is going to be what really carries this game forward. Stacking of wood and stone, really interesting. I'll try to show some video here in the background of that. I really like the idea of being able to stack it. We didn't really understand this portion of the game very well, so we were putting it in on our crates initially, and it just took too much room. So being able to actually put that inside of the crates and some of the other areas was a good aspect to the game. And finally, we didn't get a chance to do it internal to our community, but building it on water, we did a couple bridges, but watching some of the community members build actual structures on the water, you'll see what we did. It was kind of half land, half water, but some people were like right out in the middle of the water building it. And that is such an interesting idea, because I mean, how are animals really going to get to you at that point? And again, we didn't test that, but I think that would be a great safe spot to kind of go. Obviously, understanding Outposts is not going to have the same storms or the same animal concerns like you do in Prospects, but I still think that that's an interesting piece of it. So what I'd love to ask you is, if you played the beta, What did you think about the building? Do you think it has the longevity is kind of what I'm talking about here? I mean, did you build a great structure? If you did, you know, post it below. I'm really interested to hear what your thoughts are about the building components inside of the game, what you would like to see added, what you'd like to see changed. There's lots of comments. It's one of the videos I'm going to do. The next one is really talking about some of the features that the community has talked about and asked about, and then kind of what the developers replied to that. Some of them they're planning to add, some of them they're considering, and really they need your help, right? Because you need to go in and you need to vote. If you don't vote, you don't tell them that you want it, they're probably not going to add it. So you probably should spend a little bit of time with that. As with anything, I'm absolutely looking forward to this game. You know, it's got some bugs, got some things that they need to fix. We've got another 5 beta tests coming up, so there's plenty of time for them to fix a lot of these. But I'm really looking forward to digging into this game even more with the community. We had so much fun, and I just really can't wait to get back into it. As always, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. If you have any comments or anything you want to say, post it below. We'll see you on the next one. SenileSarge signing off.